Wet is a game on the PS3. But is it any good? Let's have a little look.
That piece of shit has no keys. Here we go.
What is Wet? Well, it's a bit like Kill Bill combined with Stranglehold.
You must remember Stranglehold. I did a video on it a few years ago. Remember?
You play as Ruby Malone, who is hired to retrieve a box that's been taken by a gang, and she doesn't take it without a fight. The prologue teaches the basics of the controls before you move on to the main story, where you'll need to bring back William Acker's son. However, after bringing him back to his old man, you find that he was an imposter who was actually Rupert Pelham, a drug lord. Ruby's moves are easy enough to learn. You have a sword attack for close-up enemies, and you can fire your guns. What makes shooting a little easier here is a bullet time effect, where, like Stranglehold, as soon as you jump and fire, everything will slow down and you can accurately aim at enemies to shoot them. You don't just have to jump to slow things down, you can also slide along the ground, run along walls, swing from poles, and hang upside down on ladders to shoot on your descent. Ruby can shoot 2 guns at a time, and the good thing here is you'll automatically shoot at one person while you aim for another. Weapons and abilities can be purchased from the shop between stages, which you'll need to do to make the game a little easier as you progress. Abilities like shooting while sliding down zip lines and extra health come in handy, as well as machine guns and a shotgun. But is this game any good? I think it is. Granted, it's a bit dated now, and the graphics aren't that great. And the grindhouse effect, although a nice touch, it doesn't do a great job of hiding nasty parts of the levels. There are a few parts of the game that will get broken up with something different, like the highway chase, where you're on top of cars shooting at enemies, and jump into different cars whilst there is carnage as you go along. And when you go into berserk mode and the level palette turns red, white and black as you slash enemies in your way. If it didn't have this sort of thing, then it would be just like the Watchmen or Charlie's Angels, where you fight, open doors, and repeat. Most of the time you just run along a linear path and make it as cinematic as you possibly can, and then disable a number of doors before you move on to the next scene. There are monkeys hidden in each level which you can look for. If you can't see them, you can normally hear them smashing cymbals together to give you an idea of where they might be. Unfortunately, I can't show you these monkeys because I completed the game years ago and they don't show up again. Overall, I had a great time with this one. Ask me in 2009 if it was any good, and I would have said it was one of the best games out at the time. Today, I don't think it's amazing, but it's still a lot of fun. It has a cast of people you may remember, such as Eliza Dushku as Ruby, Malcolm McDowell as Rupert, and Alan Cumming as Sorrel. The downsides are that it controls like any old third-person game, where the camera zooms around when you try to slowly move about, but you can eventually get used to this. And once you have completed the game, you can't go back and choose a chapter to replay. Although I do have memories of being able to, but I can't find a way. If you like Stranglehold and you like Tarantino films, then you should like this one. It's a non-stop cinematic game that doesn't get much attention anymore. And it doesn't cost a lot either. The Xbox 360 and PS3 version come in at less than a £5, so it's an absolute bargain.
Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?